If you are an insurance agent, you're probably taken for granted. And here is why. This subject is very, very important if you're an insurance agent that you're trying to scale. So listen carefully because most of the insurance agents I know, they focus on how to get more appointments, how to sell better, how to understand better the products that they sell. And those are all important things. But if you don't pay attention to this type of strategic positioning and strategic thinking business level, you will never become a business owner or you'll never build a business that is worthy of that name and you'll always stay a sales rep, right? So if you don't know me, my name is Malcolm. I'm the co-founder of agentgrowth.io, where we help insurance agents scale faster while working less thanks to AI funnels. All right. So let's get straight into it. If you're an insurance agent, like I said, you're probably taken for granted. The reason why is very simple. The problem here is that if you're like most insurance agents, you have a basically identical position and offer, right? So the problem with this is if we follow the law of supply and demand, the more there are people like you that are offering services that are perceived in the same way, well, the less valuable you guys are because you can always be replaceable by the next guy, by the next insurance agent. And that's what happens with most insurance agents, right? So I guess a lot of insurance agents that I know, they'll have this philosophy where they're just gonna, bet on word of mouth and build a loyal customer base, right? And with time, grow their business, grow their practice, and get to their revenue goal. The problem with that is that it's not, you have no control on their growth. You're making a bet that is gonna work. And business are bets at the end of the day, but there are bets that are more worth making than others, right? So the point here is that the main problem is you need to find a way to not be perceived in the same way as most insurance agents, right? Because the problem with this situation here is that it gives you a higher cost of acquisition, longer sales cycles, and a shorter lifetime value of a client. So what does that mean? So it costs higher to acquire a customer because you need to fight more for the same clients, or closing rate is lower because you're perceived the same. So you need to really compete a lot with your competition, with other agents to get the same clients. Longer sales cycles for the same reason is because if you have to compete more and then people are not as engaged in meeting you, then you have no shows and you have things like, oh, I need to shop around or I'm going to consult another insurance agency, what they think, blah, 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 right? So longer sales cycles is just harder to get clients and shorter lifetime value because clients are more likely to churn. They're more likely to leave you for another agent because you are not positioned or you're not perceived as special, as unique, as irreplaceable. And that's what you want to be doing if you want to build a business with leverage, meaning you want to be able to scale effortlessly your input. 1 unit of input is not equal to 1 unit of output. It will be 1 unit of input being equal to 2, 3, 4, 5 units of output or more, right? That's what you want. And yes, part of it is better ways of generating leads with ads, AI, and all that stuff. But if you don't understand this and you don't apply this type of thing that are more high level thinking, you will never make it, even if you have the best tools for AI, the best techniques for ads, because nothing is going to be positioned in a way that is going to let the ads AI really show their full potential, if that makes sense. Okay. So to come back to this, the problem with all of those phenomena that we see when you are perceived as a community is that, well, you command less respect. Clients are less forgiving for any mistakes or for anything that will happen that they don't like. People trust you less and you have low customer loyalty, and your insights and recommendations are taken less seriously because you're more like a generalist, right? In the same way that when you're going to see an MD, like you will listen to him, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a medical doctor, but usually themselves, they're going to tell you, okay, if you want more information and for the information to be more reliable, I cannot help you more here. You're going to have to see this based on your situation, right? And then you go and you do that, right? Because you know that that person has way more expertise than the general doctor in that specific area of health. So it's the same way. If you have something, and maybe you see me coming here for what will be the solution, but if you have a way of being different in your field, in your market, then you won't be compared and you begin taking way more seriously. So I hope that you understand the importance of this and the impact that it has in your business. Okay. Because I guess to drive the point home, how are you supposed to build an excelling or even above average business with average or below average KPI? You can't. You just can't do it. Right. And by KPIs, I mean cost per acquisition, sales cycle, blah, blah, blah. Right. So what do you do? Okay. Well, let's first analyze why this happens. Why are you commoditized? Why are you perceived as the same as any other agent? Well, let's analyze it. This happens because most agents, what they do is that they serve the same market as everybody else, selling the same products as everybody else, and they have the same training as everybody else, same strats. They represent the same companies as everybody else, and they sell the same prices or very similar prices as everybody else. Okay. So basically, they're just sales reps of the same offer, right? That's the problem right now. So what happens with this is that if you're the same as other agents, you're commoditized, like I was saying. So your offer is easily obtainable in the marketplace. Therefore, prospects do not see them as high value or do not see you as high value if you are in this situation. So that's why it happens. So what is the alternative? Let's get into solutions now. Well, very simple. What top agents do? Well, they play on what they can modify, what they can, play with so that they are different than others, because you can't decide to sell other products like apart from saying, okay, I'm going to focus on universal life insurance instead of like term life insurance or stuff like that. But everybody could technically do that, right? You gonna have the same training by your the authorities. You are gonna represent the same companies. That's fine, except if you get your own branding, that will be cool. But you're still gonna sell the products from the same companies and at the same or very similar prices. So you can't do anything about this. So what can you do something about? First of all, you can cater to a specific subsection of the market. That will be the first thing to do. So niche down. What's the benefit of this? Well, first of all, more enjoyment for you because you're able to pull it off. You can work with the type of clients that you really want to work with and not with. You can better support the clients because if you specialize in a specific situation or a specific type of clients, then you really know everything about them and you know their problems better than they themselves know their problems. And that's a winning formula to having great client results. Okay. So that's the first thing you can do, because when you do that, you become, you differentiate yourself. The other thing would be to position yourself in a unique way. So what does that mean? Your offer based on niche that you want, have a unique offer. So make it irresistible to your niche, right? Like when the niche hears that, they have to go, wow, this is made for me. And I can't say no to this, right? That's the idea. Kind of like Hormozi style. If you haven't read $100 million offers, you should, right? But then what's next? Okay, so based on your offer and your avatar, your marketing, okay, could have a unique messaging based on your niche and the leverage modern marketing strategies. That also helps you be different. Okay, what I see is that most Asians on the internet, when they create content or they do ads, basically providing information about the products. They're like, universal life insurance is not only a life insurance policy, but it's also an investment tool and blah, 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 blah. And basically, you sound like, most of Asians sound like Siri when you ask them a question, right? And that's like, nobody really sees Siri as somebody that's like an authority in anything, right? Well, the point being, I'm not saying that you guys are robots. What I'm saying is that you need to talk more about the problems of the clients and the emotional side of it. Siri will never be able to connect emotionally with you, right? Because the way it gives information is just really about information, right? When you ask them a question, but instead, if you're talking about, okay, as this type of person, I know that you struggle with this, and that, and what are the risks of not being protected against that? How could it impact this person? I have a specific strategy for this. I had a story of this client. We did this, and now they're doing that. Basically, focusing on the client instead of on the products. That's huge in the marketing, and doing it in a way where you're leveraging modern strategies like Facebook ads and things like that. And all of this together really makes you unique. You can't be compared anymore, right? Because you have a specific market that you're targeting. So how many agents in the nation will be targeting the same market? Very few, right? But you also have a unique offer that probably only you have, and you have it, you're doing it, you're gathering attention through a very unique way of doing your marketing that only you can, because there's only one you, right? So you really become unique there, right? You can't be compared anymore. By definition, you are scarce. You are scarce, you can be replaced easily. Therefore, you become high value. And everything is easier when you are high value, literally. Okay? It's like the halo effect. I asked ChatGPT to give me a quick definition of the halo effect, and it said that the halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their specific traits. For example, if someone is physically attractive, we might automatically assume that they're also kind, intelligent, and good at their jobs, even if we do not have any evidence to support these assumptions. So yeah, when you are perceived in a different way, you are also associated to a different level of value, right? So I hope this made sense until now. I just have a quick question for you. You maybe just answer in the comment section below, right? What are you playing? Okay, after discussing all of this, after discussing positioning, I'm curious for you to think about it. What game are you playing? Are you playing the game that everybody else is playing and just being seen as a sales rep? Or are you building an actual business? Are you positioning yourself in a unique way so that you can leverage that positioning to scale faster? What game are you playing? Because don't expect to get 10x, to get to 10x playing the game of 2x. Being a sales rep is playing the game of 2x. Don't expect to get 10x. This is very important. As business owners, we need to see the things as they are. We need to look at the numbers. The reality of it is that Asians that are actually making a lot of money, they're not playing the same game as most Asians. Okay. So yeah, what game are you playing? And I would like to start a conversation about this in the comment section. Talk about different games that you might be playing, or the realizations that you might have had watching this video, and maybe the changes that you might be thinking of doing. Okay. And apart from that, if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram and you're not yet in our Asian Growth Club, I suggest you do. It's a free community that you can join by clicking the link in the description below, where we have free content, free courses to help Asians scale and to help scale in a more effortless way while leveraging AI and digital marketing. Totally free. I suggest you join, where we have Q&A calls. You can talk with me directly. You can ask me questions, and it will be my pleasure to answer them. Okay. So that was all for today. I hope that you gain value from everything that we talked today. This is huge. This is important. I don't see enough people talking about this kind of stuff. We always hear about how to generate the best leads, about how to close clients, how to call your leads, how to whatever, but you don't need more how-tos most of the time. What you need is a better position, right? A better starting point, right? And a better, like, what game. So I hope that made sense, and speak to you soon.